Hey guys, and welcome to the Between the Zones Film News Show. Yet another episode, and as usual, I'm your host, Kees Cornelissen, to talk all about the movie news that was in the past week. With me, as usual, I'm Chris Doman. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing great when I'm not being paraded around various media circuits promoting the channel and all that other fun stuff. Okay,
In
yes, sorry. It's shameless kissing, and you know what? I don't care.
Okay, with that out of the way, hey Matt, you're here as well.
Yes, I am.
Let's get into the first news story as usual. The weekend box office numbers are in. At number one, Pirates of the Caribbean 5. I do have to clarify these are the 3-day numbers because, of course, we're recording this on Sunday. So we have the 3-day estimates, not the 4-day estimates, because apparently there's a holiday tomorrow that I don't know about. But Pirates of the
Memorial Day.
Caribbean 5 came in at number one with 62.2 million. Not that big a opening. I thought it would be bigger. However, worldwide, it's pretty good. So far with 270.5 million. That's quite a lot. Number two actually was not Baywatch, but it was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, actually holding on pretty strong, dropping only 42.6% for 19.9 million. Then Baywatch is at number three, quite the bomb with 18.1. It may make its budget back, but as of right now, it's at 23.6 million. It will have to open at other territories as well, but it has 69 million budget, so it will have to fight to get its budget back and to make some kind of profit because so far it's not doing that well. But another movie, number four, that is definitely not doing that well. Alien Covenant, dropping a whopping 70.9%, only raking in another 10.5 million. It is at 143.6 million worldwide right now, but this is dropping so fast it's not even funny anymore, and this will probably also be a bomb besides King Arthur and Baywatch. And then number five, Evan's favorite movie, Everything Everything, bringing in another 6.2 million, dropping 47.3%. As I said last week, this movie already has its budget back and is still making money, so that's pretty good. I wonder, Chris, what are your thoughts on this weekend's box office?
you know, uh, it's it's kind of a shame about Baywatch because that one had every opportunity to be a massive, huge summer blockbuster, fun popcorn film for adults, and I guess that's just not what they wanted to see.
No.
So, you know, and to be fair, even a big star like The Rock, yeah, sure, he does bring the numbers. Just look at Fate of the Furious, but not every single one of his films is gonna instantly make huge bank, as we're seeing with Baywatch. And all due respect to the cast and the crew, and uh, from everything I've heard, the film is okay. So, but maybe the some
I've
going
heard it was
audience,
terrible.
I was trying to be subtle about it, but yeah, um,
Like 19% around tomatoes. I'm sorry, that's terrible.
yeah, that is pretty terrible. But Alien Covenant, damn, these movies just can't catch a break. And to be fair, I actually did see it yesterday, and I completely get why. Yeah, um, it's a good thing I couldn't get my money back. Uh, but
Jeez.
Pirates, I do have to say, for a film that actually is, you know, pretty fairly solid. I'm glad to see that it's already made its budget back from the worldwide box office, and from where the film left off, I hope that the box office can, maybe give us a couple more stories in this universe. Because, kind of like a quick main review. All I'm going to say is it's like this. Dead Men Tell No Tales slash Salazar's Revenge Overseas is, for the first Pirates, what The Force Awakens was to the original Star Wars trilogy. In
Okay.
that
Interesting.
in that yes, it does borrow some plot points from the original three films, which, yes, again, Force Awakens did that, but but it does it in a way to sort of get that story out of the way now, and now we can tell new stories for future films.
But do
So,
you really think that Johnny Depp is going to return to this role?
well, to be fair, he wasn't
He's
phoning
come
it in.
back 4 times.
He's come back 4 times, and he wasn't phoning it in this time around. So, I gotta say,
Okay.
I'm actually I'm looking forward to see what this franchise can do going forward. I'm dead serious.
Okay, interesting. By the way, shameless plug. If you follow Take Three, you will have seen the Pirates of the Caribbean, the first watch along yesterday. If you haven't been following us, yesterday we watched Pirates of the Caribbean 1. I was part of that, so check it out. It's up on the channel right now. With that out of the way, Matt, your thoughts on this weekend's box office? Matt?
Rock. Come on, man.
Oh boy.
It's The Rock. There goes my summer bracket. Definitely not making the top 5 like I predicted, but you know.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I believed in you, and I believed in Alexander Daddario, and a One Piece was going to sell, but it didn't. So I don't know what to believe in this world anymore. That's all I can say. No, yeah, I mean, 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. To be honest, and listen, Matt Atchie, Grey Drake, I love you guys in Schmodown. I don't care much about ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. I never have. I'm going to go and see the movie. If it's as funny as the trailers are making it out to seem for me, I'll be happy. So it didn't make the money that it could have. Who knows? This could possibly be one of those movies that is big on demand, iTunes rental. I mean, that's a couple of months from now, but we don't know. Alien Covenant dropping. I have not seen the movie, so I can't give my opinions on that, but damn. 70, more people.
70 point.
Batman and Robin dropped 69%. More people went back to see Batman and Robin than Alien Covenant. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I did not predict it was going to hold. I assumed everyone who wanted to see that movie had already seen it. But then again, it is here in America. It's Memorial Day weekend. There aren't too many family movies out. Guardians of the Galaxy is a movie that I could see a family being like,
Yeah, it's a Marvel movie.
I could see, Pirates coming in first doesn't surprise me. I've actually heard fairly good things about it, so I'm interested to see it. I don't know what the movie Everything is about, so I can't say anything on that. But Rock, you're breaking my heart.
Is he going down a path you can't follow?
Like he's going down a path Scott Mance can't follow.
Of course.
Thank you for that delightful insight there, Mr. Mance.
I know economics of Star Trek, at least. All right.
Okay, so I made a promise a week ago that I would watch a lot of movies, but that didn't come. That didn't go as I wanted it. I will have to do some things to actually get money next week. So hopefully I'll see it next week, but we'll see. I'm not promising anything right now because my work is kind of fucking me over right now. But that's my personal story that nobody fucking cares about. I'm talking about the weekend box office, and that is Pirates made good money. I haven't seen the movie, so I have no idea. But seriously, Baywatch and Alien, I think Evan said it the other day. This summer is shaping up to be as bad as last year. So far, not a whole lot of good movies, only bombs and rotten movies. And look, say what you will about Rotten Tomatoes not affecting your thing. It does affect certain audiences, and that does take away some money, especially if people see 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. People are like, wait, Baywatch 19%? Nope, I'm not seeing that movie.
No,
So
yeah, I agree with that point.
that is what definitely hurt it this weekend.
Yeah.
And that is what also is hurting the other movies, I think.
I have a point that I didn't get to make before. This with Baywatch and Alien Covenant, this just shows how big the Twitter effect is. How, and by that I don't just mean Twitter, but just like if this was 2005, Baywatch would have opened huge. But just the social media age we live in, of just like the minute you see a movie you don't like, you can go on Rotten Tomatoes and write your review, and you can just be like, "This movie sucked," and now bring it. Like it's crazy to me that like these movies that years ago would have opened big, or they're just being killed by social media if they're not good. I mean, it's insane.
Oh well, that happens in this day and age. Let's move on to the first news story. A little bit of a sad news story, actually, and I think we'll talk a little bit more about this on the show. But we have to address it because movie news. Roger Moore sadly has passed away at 89 years old. Look, everyone is making this out to be like an extremely tragic story. The man was 89 years old. That's a pretty good age to die at, and he has had a legacy of a career. Longest Bond like he was in the most Bond movies out of all the Bond actors, in seven of them, and he made some pretty good ones actually. I think The Spy Who Loved Me is a really good movie, and Live and Let Die is a really good movie. So yeah, it's sad that he passed away, but he at least has a big legacy that he can be proud of, and he reached 89. That's pretty good. I wonder, Matt, you're a big Bond fan, I know. So what are your thoughts on this?
Well, it was sad because he died because he was struggling with cancer. I think that's why that I think is why people, which I mean, yes, it's a, speaking from family dealing with that right now, it is sad. But like you said, I mean, he played a character that is going to be around forever. He's always going to be, generations from now are still going to know who he is because he played James Bond. And I mean, when he passed away, I did this post and I said, I really only like Live and Let Die and Spy Who Loved Me, but it's sad that he's the first of the Bonds to pass away.
Oh, he also was the oldest of the Bonds.
He was, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's crazy because there's so many that it's like, yeah, one of them had to go first, but it's like, 2017.
It's a heartless bitch so far. Chris, your thoughts?
Yeah, no. Yeah, I kind of the same thing as Kearns. When Roger Moore passed away, I gave a similar post, basically saying, "Look, dude, I wasn't the biggest fan of most of your films as Bond, but I'd never doubted for a second when he was on screen that was James Bond, because there have always been two sides to the character. There's always the dark, skilled assassin, you know, but then
And
there's
suave.
also the very suave and gentlemanly
Playboy.
playboy, exactly. And Roger Moore played that particular aspect perfectly. He sold it with every scene he was in. Did I necessarily buy him as a badass action hero? No. But did I buy him as a guy who literally could land any woman, no matter what her legal, hopefully, age?
God.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So obviously, and yeah, dude, 89 is a great age to go out on, and it's just more so. It's just sad to hear how he passed away and how quickly that cancer unfortunately took him out, which that sucks. So,
Yeah.
but obviously, our thoughts and prayers with the family. So, Roger, thank you.
Yeah, may he rest in peace. And look, I did it on purpose that we have two sad stories at the beginning, so that afterwards we can cheer up a little bit. But still, second story also is sad. Zack Snyder is stepping away from Justice League because his daughter committed suicide 2 months ago. For some reason, they were able to manage not to get this out to the public. They actually, like a few people knew about this and they agreed, let's not get this out to the public just yet. We need to deal with this. We need to know how to cope with it. And then they finally revealed it to the public after figuring out what they're going to do with it. Zack Snyder is not doing post production on Justice League. Joss Whedon is actually going to take over, which will make him both director of Justice League and Avengers, which I think is pretty funny. But other than that, yeah, Chris, give us your thoughts.
I am beyond grateful to all of humanity that this was able to happen the way it happened. Because I don't blame him for 1 second for thinking, you know, maybe I need to just step away for a bit and do this. Because when you go through a family tragedy like that, especially because his daughter was only 20 years old, like that's younger than myself and Kees, and that's only a year older than Kearns. That is insane. That's nuts to think about. But obviously, our thoughts and prayers with the family, and you know, Joss, thank you for taking the very bold step to.
To boldly take on superhero teams where no one has gone before. Sorry.
You know what? No, we'll go with that. Thank you, Case.
Yeah.
Thank you for finishing my sentence. Yeah. So again, just great job, humanity. You came through when you needed to.
All right, Matt.
I mean, this is just terrible for his family. I mean, I can't even fathom, something like that happening. And for that, I think for them keeping it behind closed doors for as long as they did, I think was the best thing for the family. I think Zack is making the right choice. Your family should always come first. And in a time like this, the last thing you need is to be dealing with a movie. Josh, I'm interested to see what happens with Justice League. As people know, I'm a big fan of the DC movies, so I'm interested to see how this film ends up and what Josh does post production. I'm also Joss. Oh, I said Josh. I'm sorry, Joss. I'm also interested to see if maybe this pushes that Batgirl movie he was being eyed for. But yeah, again with the Snyder family, just my thoughts and prayers go to you guys during this terrible time.
Indeed. Same for me. I am just very curious what Joss can do in post production to like what he can do for the movie now in post production because it's been shot. Only things that you can really do is editing, and I'm like, I wonder what they'll do there. Uh, but I'm interested because I really like both Avengers movies, and I think he did a very good job at directing both of those movies. So I hope he can like take away the visuals Zack Snyder tries to prefer with his movies and bring in a little bit more of a flowing narrative, which Zack Snyder struggles with as a director. So I hope that Joss can put that in with the visual style of Zack Snyder, and hopefully we'll just get a great Justice League movie either way. And I'm just so happy that in the 2 months that the news that had happened, the news could have broken out and humanity could have gone bonkers, and I'm so happy that didn't happen, and they just had their time to deal with it. So that's just great. But let's move on to the positive news. Actually, a celebration this week. Star Wars, the original 1977 movie, has turned 40 years old officially after already having the celebration panel at Star Wars Celebration. Now the official birthday has happened at the 25th of May. And also with that, they released some character images and descriptions for The Last Jedi, the upcoming movie, of course. In December, they finally released like images and descriptions of Laura Dern and Benicio del Toro, which, well, it debunks some theories and it may confirm some theories. We don't know that, but like a theory that has officially been debunked. Laura Dern is not playing Lady Coruscant from Bloodline, which I already knew because the age didn't line up. That has at least been debunked. I forgot what her actual character's name was now, but
Admiral something.
Vice Admiral.
Star Wars name, purple hair.
Yeah, exactly. Star Wars name, Star Wars look, so very Star Warsy. And then Benicio del Toro is called DJ. Now, there has been this theory that Benicio would play Ezra Bridger from the show Star Wars Rebels. Now, I wouldn't throw that completely out of the water. It could be like, look, this story right now in The Last Jedi is 35 years after the event of Rebels, so it is very much possible that Ezra goes away from the rebellion, does something else, and for 35 years he changes his name and now comes back into this universe. But I don't know. I'm wondering what we'll see with them. But Chris, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, first off, I don't know why, but I kind of like how the whole I'm still holding on to the whole Snoke is Plagueis theory. Don't ask me why, but I am actually holding
It's
on
been
to.
debunked.
Uh,
I have
Yeah,
something to go
okay.
Benedict
along with that,
Cumberbatch is
but
John Harrison. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay. Um. But okay. Well, first off, with the whole Benicio as potentially Ezra thing, again, I'm actually fully on board with that because
Yeah.
let's get one thing out of the way. DJ is like a code name. Ryan pretty much said that. Like he said that's not the character's actual name. His name is not actually DJ. And if you want to be a little on the nose about it, you could say that it actually stands for Dark Jedi, which that makes sense. But again, I'm glad that we got to see a look at the character. He actually looks like an older Ezra, which is why I'm sorry. I have to be.
It's too logical.
It's too logical. It makes too much sense. And the other really big one, is looking at some of the just. My heart actually hurt for a second when I looked at the picture of Carrie and Mark in a very in a very sibling embrace. That was that, but it was awesome. It was awesome to see it because it does tell me that we'll at least get a scene with the both of them at the same time. And
Hopefully.
sorry, I did have to I did look this up. Laura Dern is playing Vice Admiral Emilyn Holdo, which is a nice Star Warsy name, and I like the look of the character, and I just really
Yeah,
want her.
look is great.
Oh yeah, and I really want to see her just do some military stuff because, come on, you got Ellie Sattler, have her do some stuff. It's gonna be awesome. Plus, I don't know if anyone's gonna bring this up, but the fact that we're actually going to a casino, like a casino in this movie.
The Bach.
Yes, where we're actually.
Zack.
Oh my God! Yes, yes. Let's see it. Let's see it. Come on. Oh, woo!
By the way, you do know that Pazak is canon in the Aftermath trilogy.
Yeah.
It's been brought back into canon,
but
it could very well be that we
very
see
well
Pazak,
be that we see
will lose our fucking minds.
Yeah.
Okay, Matt, join the fanboy club right here.
nerds. Oh my god. Okay, so let me just first start off with this DJ thing. Ron Johnson. I know JJ is producing this movie. JJ, I'm talking to you. I swear, if you do the same thing you did with Khan, with Ezra, I will personally go to California or wherever you live and beat your ass with whatever lightsaber I have.
No. And I will find you and I will kill you.
I have a particular set of skills that are called Google Maps, and I can find you. And I will. Because I'm sorry. But when Star Trek Into Darkness was coming out, JJ kept sitting there and saying, Benedict is not Khan. We promise he's not Khan. Okay, I believe him. I believe JJ. Why not? I love the first Star Trek movie. Sit down in the theater. My name Khan. I go, motherfucker. So if it's Ezra, just tell me, please. Okay, back to... Okay. If there's a casino planet, Ryan, why is Lando not in this movie then? I mean, come on. Is there a more perfect setting with a more perfect character than a casino planet in Lando Calrissian? Seriously.
Especially if you know the Art of the Empire novel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Come on.
Come on.
It's like putting Batman in like a dark alleyway. They sometimes two things go together.
It's like cheese and pizza. It just goes together.
but not pineapple.
But no,
And
Um,
no, pineapple on
Lord,
pizza is
Lord
gross.
Dern. Lord
actually,
Dern.
I do like pineapple on pizza. Here we go. Oh no. Okay, we done. And I just killed the mood. Boss Baby sequel.
Hold on. Let's talk about Laura Dern. I was just watching Jurassic Park on Friday. She is really good in that movie. I can't wait. I don't even remember the last movie I saw her in, but Laura Dern is just she's one of those actresses that I don't know. She's got this like warmth to her. So her playing an admiral. Very interested to see if this is a villain. If this is that's the one thing I like with DJ and Admiral, purple-haired Ellie from Jurassic Park.
Amy Lynn Holdo.
Yeah, the descriptions were enough, but they weren't like she's a villain, he's a hero. Like it still is very you'll find out.
That's what I actually like about it. That it's not you're
It's very
either
vague.
first order or resistance, and that is what I kind of liked
It's very
about.
vague.
That's also something I like about some of the novels and Star Wars Rebels, and actually also they brought it a little bit into Rogue One. Have the good guys not be that good, or have the bad guys actually be pretty decent people. So it just blends a little bit better, and it makes for a more realistic universe.
This
So
guy again with the novels.
I'm
God.
sorry. Look, this is a Star Wars segment. I read all the fucking novels. Of course I'm going to bring it up. Plus, there are some novels that you definitely need to read that will definitely enhance some of your viewing of the movies. But let's move on to the next news story. Yay! It's coming. The Boss Baby sequel. The most anticipated animated sequel since The Incredibles 2 has finally been announced because The Boss Baby will actually get a sequel. A movie that is rotten on Rotten Tomatoes, and I've heard getting mixed response, but you know what? It made a crap ton of money, so of course, sequel, because money equals sequel. Nobody cares about ratings. They care about money because it's Hollywood. So Boss Baby gets a sequel. I haven't seen the movie yet. I don't know if I will actually see it. I honestly don't care at this point, but it's getting a sequel. Matt, your thoughts?
Oh my god. So man, it's like Last Jedi used to be my most anticipated sequel. Boss Baby 2 up in here. Yeah. That means 2 times the Alec Baldwin babies in a suit. Yeah. I haven't seen the first one, so I don't is the movie good? I mean, it made a ton of money, so it must. I
Well,
mean,
it's popular. Popular
it's
does not.
rotten. I mean, okay, Phantom Menace
That's
is
like
rotten
50%.
as well. That got 2 sequels, so you know,
Which one?
Phantom Menace.
Well, after having like a trilogy of extremely far.
I'm just saying. I'm saying, babies in tiny soups sell.
Be so. Chris?
Sell.
Haven't seen the first one. Don't care. Let's move on.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay. Dark
Stop
Universe.
lying.
In
That is
the
Chris's
works.
favorite movie. He told me about it. Tells me about it all the time.
No, but in all seriousness, Universal has revealed the title for their Monsters universe. It's going to be called The Dark Universe. Of course, The Mummy is going to start it in 2 weeks' time. And after that, they have already announced a slate of 3 movies called Bride of Frankenstein, Frankenstein, and Invisible Man. Of course, Mummy will start it off 2 weeks from now. I want to see what that movie does. I hope, as I've said before, that it's a good standalone and it doesn't bother too much with setting up the rest of the universe. Make make it into a universe, but have the movies in itself be good movies and don't care too much about setting up, because that was one of my issues I had with both Age of Ultron and Batman v Superman. Like they try to set up too much, and I was like, yeah, you can skip that if you focus on making a good movie. So I hope that they have a good plan with their next movies. I hope it's not too horror like, because if like Bride of Frankenstein is like very horror like. I have the idea that it is, and I don't want that because I don't like horror. I get bored by horror. I hope that these are just fun, kind of horror, thriller, action, fun movies. But we'll see. Chris, your thoughts?
I haven't seen The Mummy, and I don't care.
You what?
I haven't seen The Mummy yet, and until I do, I don't care.
Oh. Well, that was short. Matt?
Okay. Yeah, I have a lot to say about this. So that photo came out this week. I like that cast. I like what that's looking like. I know some of the people can be, I'm Don Javert. But it still looks, I mean, you got Tom freaking Cruise in there.
Hey,
Having said that, this is
Matt,
all.
you say that me like these. Sorry, had to get it in there.
Hmm. This is the problem is, and I'll return back to my original point. The thing is, this is all based on how good the Mummy is. If the Mummy sucks, will I want to see more from the same people and have it be in the same universe? If Sophia Butella,
Hmm.
that if she sucks as the Mummy, am I gonna want to see her again? If Russell Crowe sucks as Dr.
Okay,
Jekyll, am I
okay,
gonna want to see?
okay.
So
So
you know what I'm saying?
you're
It's very
saying
much
if
based.
all these amazing actors that are usually really good in movies now all of a sudden stuck in this movie, I doubt it.
I'm sorry. I'm Javert. Just leaving that there again. And I like Russell Crowe. I don't know why I'm picking on him, but I am looking forward to
You
this
can never
movie.
stop
And
picking on Russell Crowe.
Oh my God, it's Russell Crowe.
okay,
Sorry.
because the original 1930s Frankenstein is one of my favorite films of all time, and I love that original Universal's, which was a shared universe. They did have Frankenstein meets the Wolfman. They would have these movies in which the characters, okay, it wasn't always Boris Karloff and Lon Chaney Jr., but they did meet up, and so if they do it like that, where each one of those films was its own singular film, but then they did have a team up. I'm okay with that. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm hoping that the Mummy is not too horror related. I hope it's more like the Brendan Fraser Mummy, because then I'll
Hmm.
be more likely to watch it. But
Action
Tom
adventure.
Tom Cruise is the one question mark to me because he was in the photo, but I'm wondering if that's just like we got Tom Cruise in our movie. Let's put him in the photo. I I would love to see if Tom Cruise's character is the Nick Fury of this universe, where he can pop up in like a post credit scene or something, but he just because Tom Cruise is Tom Cruise and he does so much, and then he pops up in the giant team up. So they start off with him, I'm just hoping they don't kill him off after one movie. And it's like, why put him in the picture? But I'm looking forward to see what comes from this. In 2 weeks, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see
Yeah.
indeed. All right, let's move on to the next cinematic universe. A trailer dropped for Spider-Man Homecoming. Probably, hopefully, I think. The last trailer dropped, an international one and a regular one. And yeah, trailer showed some new things that we haven't seen before in the previous trailers. In the end, not my view on this movie has not changed at all by this trip. I'm just excited to see Spider-Man Homecoming on July 7th, and that's about all I can say about this movie. So, Matt, your thoughts?
Oh well, I feel sheepish. I have not watched this trailer, and here's why.
Okay,
I felt like the last trailer gave me just a
too
little bit
much.
too much, so I was like, I mean, Spider-Man next to Superman, Batman is my favorite superhero. I was sold on this movie after the first trailer, and after the last trailer gave me just a little bit too much, I was like,
No
no,
trailers for
thank
me
you.
anymore.
No, thank you. I'm pretty because I heard Collider talk about it, and Christian Harloff basically said, "Watch the last trailer and this trailer. Yeah, basically you have the entire movie." And I was like, "No thanks. I heard you find out a little bit more about Vulture's plan, but I
Yep.
kind of want to have that be a mystery to me. You know, I want to go in there because that's my problem is with advertising in movies today. It's too much. Oh, we gotta give everyone every story point so they want to come see it. I want to be surprised in a film. You have my favorite Batman as the villain in your superhero movie. You guys sold me, all right? I'm gonna pay to see this movie. All
Yep,
right?
got it. Okay, Chris.
I also haven't watched the trailer just because I'm gonna go see this movie when it comes out. So, nope.
Okay, yeah, that wraps up that news story. I mean, I have seen the trailer, but it was like, yeah, I'm already seeing this movie. So let's move on to, Matt, you're gonna love this. Top Gun 2 is in the works, according to Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, in an interview for The Mummy, revealed there are plans for a Top Gun 2. The movie may start production already next year, and so far it has been rumored that Joseph Kozinski is going to direct the movie, who also directed Cruise in the 2013 Stinkfest, which was called Oblivion. I haven't seen it, but I just assume that wasn't good because I've heard people saying it wasn't good. And he also directed the 2010 Tron movie. So I'm not the biggest fan of Top Gun. I haven't seen Oblivion, heard it sucked. I haven't seen the 2010 Tron. No idea if that movie was any good. But a second Top Gun movie, I'm like, Matt.
I feel the need for a sequel. Oh my god, I love Top Gun. I don't care if that's I mean, that movie's awesome. You know what? I want Goose to be resurrected in this movie. I want Fat Kilmer in this movie. I want Kelly McGinnis, pull her out of whatever place she's in. Give me Top Gun 2. I don't care if it's the director of Tron, Legacy, and Oblivion. Because Tom Cruise will be the real director of this movie. Because he'll be executive producer and he'll just do whatever he wants, like on the Mission Impossible movies. Speaking of which, we're going to get Maverick hanging outside of a fighter jet in this movie, I'm sure. It's going to be awesome. Because it's Top Gun 2. That's why. God.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but a bug flew in here and I had to kill it. Chris?
It's fine. You can't kill the mood of Top Gun 2.
Okay. I love Top Gun. I love it. Is it a cheese ball? Of course. And it's the best kind of 80s cheese.
Yeah.
If you were telling me this movie's going to come out about
20 years ago.
20 years ago, 15 years ago, I'd be a lot more excited. Now, what I can imagine they're going to do is they're going to have Cruise in the Tom Skerritt role, where he's now the old mentor who has to help the newbies, basically.
I kind of know what the plot of this movie is, if that helps.
As do I. It's, more drone-based and how the age of dogfighting, as we know it, is over.
And Cruise is trying to bring it back. Maverick is bringing it back.
Yeah.
Which just makes sense.
Which makes sense, but simultaneously it's like...
Wait a second.
Aren't we a tad late on this game?
Yeah, I know.
I can be really nerdy into the history of Top Gun 2, but I'm just not. Because I know way too much about the production of the planned Top Gun 2 and why it didn't happen. But
Kees, go ahead.
Yeah, the thing is, Top Gun 2 is probably going to be Independence Day resurgence for Independence Day.
Oh,
that's what I think.
How dare you?
Dude, you liked Independence Day resurgence, so did I, even though it was a stupid, dumb, bad movie.
Oh, no.
It didn't have Maverick.
And I'm glad that you two enjoyed it, because I did... No.
Yeah, I got enjoyment out of it, but still, it was a bad, stupid movie.
I'm starting to realize
this is definitely going to be the Independence Day resurgence, simply because I am not the biggest fan of the first Independence Day, and the same thing with Top Gun. It's like those kind of movies. I don't know why they're very patriotic and American cheese fest in the 90s and the 80s, and I'm just not the biggest fan of that, which is fine. Which means hopefully I'll enjoy Top Gun 2. But move on to the next, last news story before opening this week. Charlie's Angels reboot has been announced by Sony. Apparently, they're working on a reboot for Charlie's Angels that will be directed by Elizabeth Banks, and they plan to release it in July of 2019. Casting so far, not really a whole lot, except for Janelle Monáe has been rumored to be the lead of the movie. I remember seeing the first Charlie's Angels and the second one. I forgot what the title of the second one was. I kind of enjoyed. Full Throttle. I kind of enjoy. Here's the thing: Chris watches bad movies all the time, and I kind of enjoyed both of them, but both weren't particularly masterpieces. And is this really the movie that we want to be rebooted? No, just no. Right, Chris?
Look, you guys know that I enjoy a decent amount of bad films, but
Oh boy. Yay, shit.
okay. So let me get this out of the way. I actually kind of like the first Charlie's Angels. It's Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, and Lucy Liu. They are all very, very talented. It was the prime of their physical careers. There was a lot of great action sequences that could happen in there. A lot of fun cameos, especially from Tim Curry and Luke Wilson. But then we come to Full Throttle, which wasn't that great of a film. Even though it still had a lot of fun moments, it just wasn't good. Why do we need to keep trying to reboot this, guys? There's been count them, two attempts to reboot the TV show. And this will now be the second attempt to reboot it on film. Why? People are no longer interested in this. Move on to something else. Please, dear freaking Jesus.
God.
Okay. Matt?
Okay, here. Let me start off by saying this. I think the first one is fine. I like the people involved in it. The second one was not very good. But to sort of go with the last story, funny enough, I understand that there's a bunch of guys like me who are still asking for Top Gun 2. Who is asking for another Charlie's Angels movie? Who? I just don't see it. However, I can think of one thing that can save this movie. Tom Dagnino as Charlie.
Yes! Yes!
That could save it. You know what? Bottom line, he's a winner.
Jesus Christ.
And we have Natasha, Ashley, and Sinead as Charlie's Angels. That's how we save the movie. That's how we do it. Someone
And
glider.
Harloff is the bad guy. Let's make this happen.
Oh!
That's for the villain. Harloff and John Schnepp are the villains, the shit rats, and that's their code name in the movies.
Oh yeah, and like John Schnepp is
Go
the mad scientist.
Go picture.
Guys, this movie is writing it by itself. Only just use Collider people.
You're Hollywood. You're allowed to steal my idea. Use it. I allow you this.
Yeah.
Also,
so,
Harloff, if you want to do this for an awesome-tacular bit, please do it.
Please do. Yeah, indeed. But let's wrap up this show with the last news story, like the last segment actually of the show. Opening this week, two movies open up wide this week. Both movies are kind of superhero based on previous things. Because one, of course, is Wonder Woman, the next movie in the DCEU, which apparently is getting good buzz. The reviews will go up, I believe, tomorrow.
Yep.
Today. So that's the thing. When this video is posted, the embargo will have lifted and reviews will go up. But by the time we're recording this, that's not the case yet. But yeah, Wonder Woman, it seems that it's good, and hopefully I will enjoy this movie when I see it next week. The other one is something that we have all expressed our dislike on the trailer, Captain Underpants. So yeah, I'm definitely seeing Wonder Woman, and I'm definitely not seeing Captain Underpants. Oh, Chris has got the shades on. Chris, what are you seeing this week?
Okay, these are strictly for Captain Underpants because how dare you ruin something that I used to love back in my childhood. And Wonder Woman, I actually have some hope for. The trailers have been great. The fact that the early buzz actually has been pretty solid, even though I was hearing some mixed things at first from some early screenings, but hey, you know what? It's time for the DCEU to, get a little less shade thrown at them, even though I'm wearing shades right now. And to be honest, I am looking forward to it. Because, look, as I've told Kearns time and time again, and as I've told you guys time and time again, I want to give the DCEU, I want to give them my money. I want to give them my love. I want to give them my support.
They just haven't earned it.
They just haven't earned it yet. However, if they can impress me next week, I'll come on this show and I will publicly say then I'm on board. If I wind up loving this movie, I will happily do that. So here's to hoping for some good vibes.
Indeed. Matt, are you seeing any of these movies?
You got the good vibrations. I'm sorry, just after you said that, that's all I get. Marky Mark, Funky Bunch. Did they not get that in the Neverlands? Look it up. It's what Wahlberg was doing before Boogie Nights. Okay. I'm, of course, seeing one of these movies, and the other one I'm not seeing. I'm seeing Wonder Woman. Maybe not next weekend, just because I have things to do. Also money. But Captain Underpants, this is I can already tell now this is going to be a movie where, like with Minions, I'm going to probably see it when I'm babysitting my cousins if they like it. I'm not giving you my money. How dare you think I would give you my money? That is me spitting. If you want to see more of my thoughts,
really? I had no idea that I was.
If you want to see more of my thoughts,
he is angry.
Go back to the T3 show when we talked about the trailer. You can see that I got all my anger out. I've now subsided to. I already know this is going to be a negative on Rotten Tomatoes.
Hashtag angry currents. and
Hashtag
with that,
angry and happy turns. Got both of them today.
Indeed. And with that, that was our show. Thank you guys for watching. Give us your thoughts on any of these news stories in the comments below if you have any thoughts. And let's plug everyone. Chris, where can the good people find you on the interwebs?
Yes, you can find me on Twitter at my band Last Jedi Redemption at LSARBandMN. You can find us, the Take 3 Productions channel, on Twitter at FanSchmodown. And you can, believe it or not, see or listen to me actually be interviewed for the work that we all do on Take 3 Productions in this fan movie Schmodown on the Schmodown Rundown, episode 31. Check it out, guys.
Indeed. And Matt, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Kearns_Matthew, on YouTube at MattMoves611, and right here on Take 3 on the Movie Fandom Show. New episode dropped today, and guys, new episodes will drop up yesterday. My bad. New episodes of that show are now going to be going up every other Sunday, not Saturday. So.
Indeed, we changed the schedule around because we have the watch along on Saturday and the reaction. And speaking of the watch along, I was on yesterday. I will plug it once more. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. Watch it because it's fun time. Jacob, and myself, and Evan are watching it. I made the promise that I was going to watch movies and start my YouTube channel again. I did not. Maybe next weekend, but I'm not making that promise again because I don't know what my work will do. But look out for possible reviews coming in the future at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter and the Dutch Movie Guy on YouTube. And yeah, you can check me out hosting some fan schmodowns in the future. We've got the title match coming up. We've got Brett's match coming up, and we've got the Schmoville doubleheader coming up. So a lot of good schmodowns coming up in the next week. And the rankings video where I am ranked number 5, which I disagree with, but sure, you know what? I'm number 5. I'm in the tournament. So look out for all that coming up on Take 3. This was a show, and we'll see you next time. Take care.